What do you foresee for marketing? What is coming for the future of marketing?
Yeah, another great question. I'll get out my crystal ball. So don't take my word on any of this, but I'll give you my perspective. So if I start really simply, I think that the challenge of the CMO and the marketing manager, particularly, is going to be doing a lot with a little. So budgets right now are not increasing, they're decreasing. Okay. So that the challenge of the CMO and marketing is and marketer is how do I make this money, this investment go further? How do I get more out of what I'm doing? Because when it's not increasing. So that's really the first fundamental challenge, which means they really need to be looking at those annual plans and going, okay, what is the 20% of the items that really matter? Like what's the 20% that's going to get 80% of the result? Right? Because the rest, the other 80% doesn't matter because it's only going to get 20% of the outcome. So they really, need to look at those two things. And then when you start to look at, I think what's really evolving, obviously technology has continued to evolve. AI is going to play a huge role. But the big thing I've been talking about this year is, okay, well, how do we prepare for AI? How do we prepare our businesses to be able to use AI? Because it's really cute, like, yeah, go use ChatGPT, yeah, go use these tools. That's all really cute. But if you haven't got the infrastructure and you haven't got the base set up, then you're not going to be able to fully leverage that. So I'll give you an example with in CRM, CRM and marketing automation space. If you've been consistently over the last 3 or 4 years building all of those workflows, those sales processes, those workflows, those, marketing communications conversations by persona, by category, all that kind of thing. Now, and if you've got your data structure set up where you've got your first party data nice and clean in your CRM, and you've got that integrating with various MarTech platforms, now you're actually in a pretty good position to now go and leverage AI because AI can then come in, optimize everything that you've already done and make the necessary improvements to give you 10, 20, 30, gosh, maybe even a 40 or 50% increase on what you're currently doing. So my belief is for those companies out there that are set up and ready to go, that's where they're going to be able to get those exponential opportunities for growth because they've laid all the foundations. Now, for my friends out there that have not laid all those foundations,
Yeah.
which we know that there's a few. I'm walking again. I'm seeing this in companies every single day. We've got a bit of work to do. Yeah, we've got a bit of work to do to get our system set up, to get our CRM set up, our marketing automation platform set up, to set up our technology stack, to be able to ensure that we can integrate and fully leverage this opportunity that we all have in front of us, which is AI. Okay, so that's sort of the more complex piece for those marketeers out there. When you look at just like process efficiency, automation efficiency in business, that's again, a separate conversation. And then for the creatives, like yourself, is now there are, the copywriting tools, the design tools, the video animation tools. The last 6 months, they've made incredible progress. What I was able to do with a tool 6 months ago compared to what I'm able to do now is like chalk and cheese. Yeah. So that tells me that evolution, we're now running, creatively AI generated campaigns in market because of the evolutions that have already been made. So I think I don't think it's ever, this whole replacing humans. No, it's just going to get the humans to highest and best use. We're all going to have to upskill. That's the message. We're all going to have to upskill accordingly to be able to take advantage, but it's still going to require the human direction to be able to get the output.
Yeah, and to keep optimizing, but like you were saying, I guess what I've seen a lot in AI as well is that what is happening is that AI is very good to just continue repetitively doing the same thing. But if you want to break a pattern, you want to think outside the box. If you want to think creatively, you want to connect with people emotionally, then you still need a human, right? You still need that.
And as well, while we're still figuring out the prompts, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. The AI agents that are coming out now are pretty incredible in terms of tasks. But again, that human still needs to set that all up. So absolutely
Yeah,
to your
and
point.
set up. That's
Yeah.
right. And what advice would you give to women that are aspiring to get into marketing communications? And I say women mostly also because we are women, but in general, what kind of advice would you give for people that are starting in the profession?
Yeah, great question. I think I would come back to what I was talking about earlier was really backing yourself. If you're committed and you really genuinely want to give this a go and are coming into this space, you really do have to back yourself and you have to, I there's a great saying I heard years ago is no one is ever going to back you as much as you back yourself. So you really have to take that literally and go, okay, you know, I'm the one that needs to make this happen. There's no savior coming, you know, there's no, you know, holier than thou solution. It's up to me, right? So I now have to make this happen. So I definitely would recommend to women to back themselves. And also, I don't think women are great at asking for help. You know, I think we think that we all just need to have all the answers, you know, ourselves. I get help every single day. You know, there is no way I've achieved or done what I've done on my own. There is so many people that have contributed to my success over the years. But having that ability to ask for help, to let people know, look, I'm stuck. You know, I'm not sure how to figure that out. That's where, you know, the richness of the human experience comes from, where we're willing to, you know, people want to help you. They want to give you a hand. And my only advice there is just when you're doing that and you're asking for help, make sure you're thinking about ways in which you can create value for those people as well, because it's so important, right? So whenever I have, you know, I'm asking for help or I'm getting people to help me, I'm thinking to myself, how can I create value for this person? You know, what matters to them? So I think that's really important, because that's where people are going to want to continue to help, want to continue to, you know, help you figure out things. And we don't all have the answers, and no one expects you to either. Yeah. And then the third thing I think is just really just a willingness to keep improving.